Okay, so let's jump into this video and talk about our flex fuel tuning we're going to be doing with our Haltech ESP software. So our flex fuel is going to allow us to take a flex fuel sensor, put it on the return line of our fuel system. Now we're going to be able to measure how much ethanol content is in our fuel. We're going to be finding normal pump gas is between 0 and 10% ethanol, all the way up to pure ethanol, which is approximately 98%. So as we go up in ethanol content, we have to add more fuel and have more spark timing. We're also going to have the ability to go in and vary our boost levels based on the amount of flex fuel, because as we have more content or flex fuel content, we're going to have more octane available in our fuel system and more cooling effect. So if we're in a turbocharged or supercharged engine, we could increase the boost. So Haltech allows us to characterize this. We can go in and add more fuel based on the content, even more cranking fuel if we're looking at starting on a cold engine. Ethanol has a very poor atomization, much below 60-70 degrees, so we have to run a ton more fuel on a cold engine to get it to fire up, and we're able to accomplish that in the Haltech software. So we're going to be taking a look at all the different flexibility we have. There's going to be a lot of things to cover in this video, but it's going to be well worth implementing on your car. You're going to be finding the power level can vary pretty drastically, especially on a turbo engine. We can add as much as 200 or 300 or 400 more horsepower on ethanol compared to pump gas safely. So it's going to be something you definitely want to take advantage of. So without further wait, let's jump into we can check this out. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to be talking about using our flex fuel tuning feature with our Haltech ESP software. We're going to be finding we're able to vary the fuel ignition and the amount of boost we're running in a turbocharged application with the flex fuel sensor wired into our Haltech. So it's a really, really neat feature. We have to set up a bunch of things in order for it to work correctly. We're going to be finding we have a really great amount of control, and it's going to be allowing us to have a huge range of power based on what kind of ethanol content percentage we're running. So even if we're naturally aspirated or supercharged, we can still take advantage of this, and it's well worth going through the trouble of wiring a sensor in and then tuning with this flex fuel feature. So in order to take advantage of this properly, we have to first wire in our flex fuel sensor. So let's jump up in here to setup, and we're going to be going into our search function, and we're going to be typing in flex. Then we're going to be finding we have two choices here: flex fuel composition and flex fuel composition / temperature. Now we have two options, or we have some options I should say, when we're going in and looking at wiring in a flex fuel sensor to our Haltech. Now if we have a Continental flex fuel sensor, which is going to be the most common that you're going to be running into, I have it popping up on the screen right now. This sensor has the ability to not only register the amount of ethanol content in our fuel system, but also the temperature of our fuel. So it's going to be dual purpose. So if we're using a Continental sensor and we want to look at what our temperature of our fuel might be, we want to select this option right here. And in this situation where we're doing the fuel composition / temperature sensor input, we're going to go here to edit connection, and we're going to be looking at setting it up on specifically a sync pulse input. Now in this situation, I've wired my Continental sensor into my SPI3 or my pin B10 here. So I'm going to select this and click OK. And we're going to be seeing, looking at this, edge select, falling, edge type. We can see it set on reluctor right now. We could set it here on Hall